This looks average, this looks pretty good, but this is great. What's the difference? Why do some people just look so good? I used to think it was genetics, height, money, maybe your style. If that were the case, why does this guy look so much better than this guy? This guy looks so much better than this guy, and this guy looks so much better than this guy. You see, there are secrets to looking good, and this video will break it down. Let's get into it. Face is not as important as facial expression. Sure, we'd all like to be good looking. We'd all like to look like Brad Pitt, Timothée Chalamet, and all the good looking people. That would be nice. But what actually makes you look good is your facial expression. One of the best things you can do is actually become comfortable with expressing yourself via your facial expressions and to have a big variety. And when you show facial expressions that are relaxed, that are of concern, of anger, of joy, and you do it in a natural way, this is how you look good, because it shows that you're unafraid of judgments of other people. And when you can do that, this is very, very attractive. And this is why guys will look charismatic. Now, of course, it's not just about how you carry your face, which brings us on to the next point, how you carry your body. Not enough people pay attention to this, but if you want to look good, if you want to have that charisma, if you want to command attention and have people respect you, so much of it is non-verbal. It's not what you say, it's how you're standing and how you're sitting. Let's talk about standing. When it comes to looking good in terms of posture, it really comes down to the shoulders and the hips. These are the parts of the body that can maneuver an entire person. And this is why in martial arts, you focus on the hips and the shoulders to throw people. The shoulders and the hips. If you have them completely level, they will look kind of awkward, stiff, and unconfident and unnatural. But if you have it slanted, where the shoulders and hips, instead of it being level, they are slightly slanted like this will give you a much more natural, flowy look. So let me demonstrate that. Let's say you're standing just like this, okay? Like these product photos on these websites for clothes. You're there, your shoulders are level, your hips are level, you're just like, boom. There's no character, it doesn't look as good. So what you want to do is you want to slant your hips. Maybe you stand with a little bit more weight in one leg. So this hip might go up, this hip might go down a little bit. And you're just leaning, you're kind of resting. And it's not just about what everyone talks about, which is open shoulders, retracted neck. Open up your upper chest, your upper back, so that you look confident and you have these gestures. Everybody talks about this, but I've never seen it broken down in terms of hips and shoulders. It's going to just look more natural and bring lines and curvature and silhouette to your body, which is minor. But with the confident facial expression and with the slanted body posture that comes from the shoulders and the hips, you can already have that little bit more aura that's going to make you look good. Next. Now that would be enough if all you did was take photos on Instagram, which is pretty much 90% of the world right now. But if you actually want to look good in real life, it also matters how you move and how you walk. If you walk really awkward or really, really shy, it's just not going to look that good or charismatic. You can have all kinds of walks that will look good for all kinds of different people. So I don't want to give you one kind of formula. If you look at certain characters in anime like L in Death Note, or one of these things that I saw recently on a reel where two guys are walking, they have two completely different posture, but they both kind of look good. So there's no perfect walk, but it does matter how you move when it comes to looking good. It's how you carry yourself, your body, your clothes, and you want to generally move in a carefree, nonchalant way that also looks a little bit like you're occupied or unoccupied. Either you have the walk where it looks like you're too busy trying to get somewhere because you've got more important things to do. This is a good way to look good because it looks like you're an important person that has other things to do. And another thing is to look unoccupied, like nothing is really bothering you. You're nonchalant, you're chill, you're relaxed because you've got stuff taken care of. Those are probably the two ways in which you want to walk, instead of a lot of walks that are super anxious and awkward and caved in, a little bit worried about what people are going to say, or just, I know this is a little bit of an exaggeration, but you want to have more relaxedness in your body, again in your hips and your shoulders, and try to walk in a way that's going to be either unoccupied, just really chill, kind of slow, a little bit slower than the average Joe, or you're kind of busy, you're thinking about something and you're just going somewhere. People that do ballet, people that perform on stage, people that walk on the runway, they actually get taught how to walk. They actually get taught how to stand, how to open up their posture, and that's why they look good. They even, actors for instance and models, will do facial exercises to loosen up their facial muscles so that they can do various facial expressions, which can be charismatic as well. So all of these people that you might look at and be like, wow, they look so good. Why do they look so good? Well, because they practice this a lot. They look in the mirror, they're practicing facial expressions as they do the lines. If they're actors, a lot of models will do this, posing practices, how to walk. So don't be thinking, oh my God, this, you either have it or you don't, and these guys are so cool and I don't look as good because they're just born with it. It's not like that. A lot of the time, they practice the hell out of it, so don't be afraid to do that yourself. Next, this is all good and well if you never meet any human being, but eventually as you live life, you're gonna meet people. The moment you open your mouth, your voice is super weak. It fizzles out at the end of a sentence. You cannot project your voice. Everybody has to be like, so what was that? What was that? Every time you speak, you just don't even enunciate your words properly. It's never going to look good if you do that. When it's coming out of your mouth, the words, it's got to have some kind of power, some kind of force behind it, like you mean it. And when you're able to speak in this way, people will think, damn, he looks good.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months.
Because you're in the zone, talking about something that you're passionate about, you look good. And people think your clothes look good. That's the secret. That's what happens when you actually know how to project your voice and when you actually speak your mind in a proper way. So what does that mean? Just going to give you a few tips. For most people, just practice speaking a little bit louder than you normally would. It's gonna feel awkward at first, but you're gonna get used to it, and then you go a little bit over the top and then you tone it down. That just means you'll be able to project more. And for those who wanna project their voice a little bit more, they always talk about not speaking from your throat, like speaking from here, but speaking so it resonates inside of your chest and even in your belly. So your belly could be a little bit tense as you speak, like they do in the military, where they say,
Fiktiv oder real spielt dabei keine Rolle. Sie können zum Beispiel Konfuzius schreiben oder Dr. Fu Manchu. Erik, mehr Stifte!
Your ability to project your voice, have volume, this is actually what's going to make you look good. Next, most people are actually afraid to express emotions in situations where they aren't fully comfortable. What does that mean? If you're able to express emotions, then immediately it signals that you are comfortable. And when you're comfortable in situations where normally people are not comfortable, what does that show? It shows that you're confident. That's why it looks good. You look confident when you display emotions in your speech. Now, this doesn't mean start swearing and going on road rage and start screaming at random people and all of these kinds of antisocial behavior. This is not what I'm talking about. But when you speak, is add a little bit of emotion to it, like your approval or your disapproval. Let's say your friend made you dinner and you ate it and you're like, oh, it's good. Like actually showing emotion. When you have a pasta that has too many ingredients, actually just being like, come on, like what? Showing emotion. This is going to make your verbal communication so much more interesting, and that's going to make you look good as well. Next, now you can have the tonality, you can have the projection, you can have the emotion in your speech, but the content of what you're speaking about, if it's just completely boring, there's nothing worse than that. I remember going in to some seminars when I was in university and thinking somebody looked really good or really nice and wanted to hang with them, and then the moment they open their mouth, you'd be like, oh my God, it's just so boring. There's nothing there. There's nothing inside of that head, and it just turns you off. You'll never look good if you sound super unintelligent. This doesn't mean that you have to be book smart, but what you really need is an attitude and an outlook on life. A lot of people, especially when you're younger, this is very normal. You just adopt different attitudes that different people have told you or that you've seen and you think looks cool, but it's not really your own. So what do you have to do to actually have an attitude and an outlook on life? You got to go live, gather experiences, maybe get your heart broken, maybe try different things, fail, succeed, and go through a lot of these repeated experiences to gather what you can call a certain kind of life philosophy. And when that comes out in the way that you stand, in the way that you walk, in your facial expressions, in what you say, in the tonality with which you speak, there is full congruence. That's when you look charismatic. That's when you get the X factor. That's the source. That's why people say, this guy looks good, this guy looks try hard. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you did. What do you think makes people look good? Do you still think it's just the genetics? Leave a comment below, share it with a friend. See you next week.